First we have the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. So for one person in this relationship, actually, I can either see one person completely ignoring their love lives to concentrate on their career. And with the other person, the Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Nine of Wands. Another person in this situation is considering giving up their status as independent and wanting to nail down a commitment in this situation. So we've got one person in the situation not really wanting to look at love, and the other person saying, you know what, I've had enough with my career, I'm ready for love. So we have two different sides of this story completely. I can't tell who my Cancer is and who their partner is, but we've got a definite dichotomy. Two people going in two totally different directions. One person wanting to maybe not think about love so much because, frankly, they've been confused by it in the past. And they have other things to embrace at this time. And another person in a relationship where they're kind of ready to settle down, build a successful, happy home. They've had this status of being independent, successful, but now they're ready to join up with another person. But they're not really having their way right now. Their needs aren't being met, and they're in a position where they are ready to defend this position on wanting to make a firmer commitment in this relationship. Someone in this situation is not making it a secret that they want to get married, and they're willing to put it all on the line. So for one person, I almost feel like one person in the situation is laying down the gauntlet, saying, you know what, you're going to shut her, get off the pot. We're going to do this, we're going to commit to this, or I have other eggs to fry. Now, one person, let's start over here, because it's all kind of almost really intense. The Seven of Cups talks about confusion. Talks about maybe all the possibilities being laid out before you and not really wanting to choose anything because you have a direction of your own in mind. You would much rather concentrate on the direction that you've been working towards, because the Queen of Pentacles, she's successful. She strives. She's got real possibility for serious growth. She can also be a real person, a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. But what she brings more than anything is drive and success. And we've got somebody here where they are frankly confused, befuddled. Maybe they've been hurt before by love, and they'd really kind of rather focus on their career, on their work. I see someone who is actually consumed by their work right now. It's almost as if there's too much to handle. Three of Pentacles says this person has support, has maybe a team of people working with them, yet they choose to walk their own path. And maybe this person, even though there is help available, they choose to almost walk their own path. They almost choose to leave conventional things behind and take on a more uncharacteristic view of their career. They are heads and above, they are heads and above, best in their entire they are the best at what they do. Let's put it the easiest way. This person knows that they are above and beyond the best at what they do. And early in this process, I really feel early in this process. Maybe it's already happened. I'm not sure, even though it's at the very bottom of this reading, we have judgment. So this person is actually waiting for a decision to be made. Maybe they're choices that they're making. Maybe they're deciding whether or not to pursue love with someone. Because frankly, I think someone feels that their success might be in jeopardy if they don't move on and concentrate on what they're doing. And it feels like they're willing to put their relationship, their love relationship, at risk because they have other things that they would much rather pursue at this time. And love doesn't look like it wants to be one of them for someone here in Cancer's life. Now on the other side, we've got the partner, whoever this is, the Cancer or the partner. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Nine of Wands. So we've got 2 nines. Talks about development. For this woman, this is financial independence. This is the career path that's been already pursued and success that's already been made. She's very sure of what she can do independently. And with the Nine of Wands, there is an element of protecting. But if you look at this guy, he is a beefcake beauty, isn't he? He's just proud. And he's got the battle scars. And he's got the wounds. But more than anything, he's got his pride. And that's going to speak loudly here to this independent woman. Because listen, this woman has a desire with the Queen of Wands. Now, I can talk about a fire sign if you wanted to. Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. So this person can carry a lot of very energetic charisma with her. She's got a lot of desire, but that desire is really focusing on the home. This woman who has achieved success and maybe does kind of put up a wall in front of her. And maybe it has reached a point in a relationship with someone where they're saying, okay, put up or shut up, or I'm going home. Or I'm taking my successful ass back to where I came because I don't want to wait for you. I will blow the whole effing thing up if you don't make a decision on whether you're going to shit or get off the pot and marry me. Frankly, that's what this person is thinking. This person who, frankly, is successful, and they know what success is. But they're willing to protect themselves because maybe they've put an awful lot. Maybe they have invested a whole lot into the situation with someone who has focused and devoted themselves to work. This person wants more. They want the ring. They want the commitment. Now, let's move into the past. What this person has brought to the past, whoever this person is, who is working so diligently on whatever it is that they're developing here, that they're turning their back. They're turning a blind eye on a very serious love situation. And they have brought some financial stability to this, which tells me this is at least 2 people who are living together because someone is bringing some serious coin into a relationship. Now, the other person, the person wanting to get married, has drawn the Strength card. And this person is standing true to their beliefs. They are standing true to their ideal that this relationship is exactly what they want. It's exactly where they want to go. It is, even though they feel like they have to restrain themselves with certain opinions at this time, they are empowered. So let me just say, the message I'm getting is with or without the other person, this person is going to be just freaking fine if she doesn't or he doesn't get the commitment from this person that they're desiring. Now, in the future, what we see is the Queen of Swords. This energy, she cuts things loose that are not suitable for her anymore. So I see that this relationship may not have a chance of hanging on because one party is getting ready to sever the tie. And I think maybe this huge demand that someone is putting on, the huge focus, should I say, that someone is putting on a relationship about moving it forward, because that's what we see here with the Chariot, is someone is wanting to move this relationship forward. But the Queen of Swords says, not so fast. Before I jeopardize my career path. And that's the decision here being made by someone in the situation. Is someone is saying, before I go any further with this situation, I'm going to cut it loose. Because I have a focus here. And this is my victory. This is my success. This person, with the hope and desire of bringing this situation together with the Chariot, may be riding away and choosing a new path. Now we have the Temperance card. Between these two people, they're honestly looking for the right chemistry, the right balance in order to bring these two lives together. There needs to be a better formula, a different formula that these two people can follow in order to bring it together so it can work. Now, let's take a look at the roadblocks before we get here into the guidance. Let's talk about what's blocking us. We have superbia, someone with an ego, or maybe two people with an ego. But I almost fear a very narcissistic energy, very egoist, around someone who is quite learned in the situation. I almost feel like we're dealing with a writer of some kind. And someone in the situation who may be dealing with possible depression or illness, or is just frankly, Michael, please. All right, he's saying someone in the situation is frankly at their wit's end with someone who is either ignoring the love to concentrate on work, or someone is frankly, and I feel it's this letterato, this a very learned, educated person who may have quite a bit of an ego that they're dealing with. And this person may be tired of the demands that are being put upon them, male or female, to put up or shut up with a marriage proposal. Someone is getting ready to cut this relationship off during this time because they're tired of waiting, either for someone to frankly get off their back about getting married, or someone is saying, shit or get off the pot, marry me now. Next roadblock we've got is jealousy with disperato per gelosia. Then we have the disgrace, the tower again. A roadblock, someone is threatening, and the reunion. Like I said, someone is threatening to walk away from the situation. One person is actually jealous and may start screaming foul. Someone here may be saying, you know what? I bet you're back with your ex. There is going to be a suspicion here for someone that the partner that's leaving is going back to an ex. That's just going to be a roadblock. I don't know for who. But there's going to be an accusation that someone is going back to an ex. And there's going to be explosive jealousy around that person, around that situation. Especially if you have maintained a friendship with an ex, just know that if you break it off, or when you start hinting that you may break it off, that person is going to come back with very strong allegation that you have gone back to an ex. Whether this is you or someone else, there's that accusation. Now, we've also got in the roadblock, we've got the Belvedere, the Consolante Sorpresa, and the L'Amica. On the flip side of all of this kind of hostile feeling around a possible breakup, somebody is not going to take it well if a breakup does occur in this situation. On the other hand, we have this person anticipating, being hopeful, mindful of a coming together of these two people. It's what they desire. It's what they're hoping for. It's right here at the head of the whole issue on the guidance. But let's go back here. Just know that this situation really does not have to be this way. That these two people can come together in friendship and in love. And what they have at the very end of it all is this Consolante Sorpresa. It feels like a consolation, but it's a experience of love and support through friendship. And even though one person is having a hard time visualizing that in their lives, and it may not be really all about the person, it may really be about the fear that comes from being, for some people, in a committed relationship. What you may be dealing with here is someone who is commitment phobic because they've been through the battles before. They've been through the battles before. Okay, let's talk about the guidance quickly. One person sees victory and success before them with the Six of Wands. It's all about hopeful enterprises and being proud in what it is that we've accomplished. Now, on the other side of this, we have someone who is saying they need to back off and rest, rejuvenate, look at things with a clearer vision of what could possibly be in front of them. Because what they're not seeing, because of maybe their own fear of commitment, is that it's really a good thing in front of them if this relationship happens. And I know a couple who's facing this right now, and he is a Cancer, and I'm telling you, honey, if you're watching this video right now, you have to maybe trip the fuck over the fear. Because this person, and you know I love you, I loved you first. You know what? This is someone who is going to be really good for you. Sorry about the private message. I had to say it. This person is really good for you. Now, at the very crowning card, the thing that overwhelms the entire energy of this reading, Cancer, is the fact that you have the star here. The wish, the hope fulfilled. All of that other shit, frankly, whoever it is that I'm speaking to in this situation, and I know of someone in particular, you've been through it. And it hurt like hell before. I know what you went through. I remember it. But this path that you're following, yes, you've got public recognition. This is part of your path. This is connected to this. It is part of the path that you're walking. Not only the fulfillment of what it is that you're desiring, but the element of public recognition, being that star element that you are. But this person brings that stuff to you that you tried so hard to accomplish with your ex when you were in, I'm going to say it, when you were in Hawaii. Okay, and this is for one person again. And it can be for anybody who this is resonating with. That crap you went through in Hawaii or wherever it is on earth, if you're resonating with this, all of that stuff can be overcome. You traveled half of a world to find love again. So it's there for you, okay? And for anyone else who is watching this that says, yes, this is my life, listen to the message. Because if you can get past all of that hardship bullshit that you went through on the island, that you so courageously moved a half a world away to endure and find new love again, this is so good for you. You have to take your head out of the disappointment and look for what lies in front of you. Okay, Cancer. I think that's all about all I've got for